First of all, we're going to remove the brisket. To remove the brisket, just going to run my knife down through the meat, pressing hard against the rib bones, and then get the saw and start to slice through the bones. Then turn it round to finish off the remaining rib bones. Careful not to cut through to the bowler. Flip the brisket over and find that seam in between the brisket and the bowler blade there. Gently slicing through, and there is your brisket. To bone out the brisket, the first step is to remove the inside skirt. This is done by just gently following along the meat there. Then pull off the membrane off either side of the skirt. And do a little bit of trimming. And there's your inside skirt. Right, now all I have to do is remove the brisket bone. To do this, all I have to do is get my knife, follow closely around the edge of the brisket bone, cutting away from myself, like so. Stand the brisket up and slide my knife in between the rib meats and the rib. Removing that meat and keeping my knife hard against the bone. And there we have a boneless brisket. Now that I've removed the brisket bone, I'm going to show you how you can get your point end and your navel end brisket. First of all, we must remove the decal. This is quite easy. All I have to do is find that little bit of fat down there in between the meat and the decal, get that seam, and making my way up to the 6th rib, and then making an incision all the way through, removing the navel end from the point end of brisket. And now we're going to show you how to make a rolled brisket. To do this, we've got to do a little bit of trimming. We've got to take a little bit of this fat from the inside and the outside. And remove a little bit more of the fat from the midsection of the point end brisket. Try and make your brisket as flat as possible so you can get a nice even roll when you roll it up. I've trimmed off all the fat ready for rolling. Try and distribute the meat evenly through the whole brisket so you get a nice even roll. Now all I have to do is get some pins, just gently put them through the top, bring it round so you make a nice tight little roll. All ready to be stitched. Turn the brisket around facing you, get your string and a needle. Pushing your needle all the way through, roughly about halfway through the brisket, and then back through again a second time, keeping your string all in line. Do the old trusty butcher's knot, pull it tight. I've just finished stitching. All I have to do now, remove the pins and trim up the ends. A beautiful rolled brisket.